Chiropractic report of findings, referring out to solidify uh, that patient's care in your office. Now, this is a good one. So, and I'm not doing it just to as some kind of closing technique. I'm honestly doing it out of my heart. I'm very invested whenever I go over a report of findings with the patient. I'm very, very, very invested that I want that patient to get better. I want to make sure we close them into care and we do what we need to help that patient. Right? That's where my heart is 100% of the time. So, what sometimes you'll get is, oh man, I drove. I mean, it takes me an hour to get here, and this is going to come up when you talk about time. Your treatment plan is twice a week for 12 weeks. It's 3 times a week for 8 weeks. Well, I, the problem is I come from an hour away. I come from 2 hours away. I come from 3 hours away, and time doesn't matter. If you're that good, the patient may, and if you can get that patient better, and your heart's in the right place, they'll drive. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I've had patients drive consistently on a weekly basis, once a week, from Arkansas, from San Antonio, from Houston, from Austin, whatever it may be. They're going to make the time if they see the value, right? But you don't use those as examples. Oh, like, oh no, don't worry. I got patients that, it's not pride. I got patients that drive all the way from Houston once. No, it's not about that. You're there to help that patient. If you've explained that report of findings in detail, and you know that there's a treatment plan that's going to help that patient, and the thing is, I live an hour away. It's just going to be hard for me to get here twice a week, because I'm so far away. Hey man, I get it. I would love to help you. I would love to see you in my office, because I know that personally, I know that I can help you. I know that I understand what's going on with you. I know that the treatment that we have is very powerful, and I know that this is what's going to help get you well. This is what's going to help get you better. But your health is more important than anything to me. So what I can do is, I'll do my best to find somebody in your area that does the treatment that we do. I have a great network of doctors, and I'm gonna reach out, and then I'll try to find somebody if that's what you want. So I can either do that and try to help you find somebody, or instead of the twice a week, and again, you're only going to say this if this makes sense clinically. You're not doing it for money. You're not doing it to sign the patient up. So, or we can do once a week. It's just going to take longer. It's going to take a little bit more time. You tell me what's best. You want me to find somebody, or do you want to, change the treatment plan to once a week? If you're wholeheartedly willing to refer that patient out to get them better, and again, that's where I'm coming from. I'm not doing this to close patients, but I'm just telling you from experience what happens more often than not. The patient will say, you know what, I want to come here because I feel that you care, and you're really here to help me, and I feel that. And a lot of that, I mean, there's a lot of technique behind it. My energy, my tone, all, there's other videos on all this stuff. But if you're willing to pass that patient off, and you're not just like, oh, I have to have every patient, the God or the universe or whatever you believe is going to send you other patients. You're going to be fine. You don't need to have that patient, and you don't need to force that patient into care if it's tough for them, So be honest and wholeheartedly truthful, and try to help that patient get a referral if they need to. But that's definitely a technique it's gonna help the patient, and it's gonna help you, because a lot of times you're gonna get, they're gonna say, no, you know what, I can tell you're here to help me. I want to do business with you. I want to get well in your clinic. And that's a beautiful thing. Just make sure that it makes sense with time. Make sure it makes sense clinically with the treatment plan, that they are going to get better. And that technique is great, because you're going to sign up more patients, and you're going to help get more patients well, whether it's in your office or if you refer them out. You don't want to let them leave. If you've gone through a report of findings and they need care, and you don't want to let that patient just walk out the door, you need to make sure you take care of them. It's your duty as a doctor to get that patient in the right hands. So use this technique, and good deal.